So I meet a couple of friends in Jackson. They talk to me about running, and I tell them I think it's crazy, but I want to talk to my wife. So I go back home and I say, you won't believe what's happened. And she says, try me. And I said, I met a couple of guys in Jackson that want me to run against Congressman Tanner for U.S. Representative. What do you think about it? And she says, one word, divorce. She says, you're out. You'll live in a box and you'll move out of the state if you try this. I said, I don't think there's much to it. Pray about it. Our country's in trouble. Someone needs to stand up. A week later, she comes back in my office and she's crying. And you know, guys, a lot of times in our married life, we make mistakes. So I started apologizing. I didn't know what I'd done, but I said, I'm sorry. She says, no, you're okay this time. She says, I think we're supposed to do this. Now, this was last July. So we started out on a journey to try to, what I feel like, is get a conservative voice back for the people of the 8th District against Congressman Tanner. And we raised $300,000 the first 4 weeks. We had raised $600,000 when he decided to retire. But the goal is still the same. We need to stop the liberal agenda that's going on in Congress. President Obama and Speaker Pelosi do not represent what the conservative values are of what I feel are the 8th District. We need to get back to people that are common sense, people that have business sense, people that are in touch with the real world, people that aren't afraid to stand up when it's hard to stand. That's what this country's missing. You know, we picked up a key endorsement last week from Tennessee Right to Life. I am pro-life with no exceptions. And we need people that aren't afraid to stand when it's hard to stand. My middle son, Noah's not here today. I guess 2 months ago now, he goes to school in Jackson, and he's 5th grade, moved to 6th grade, and they have what they call a bridging ceremony at his school. Well, Noah's pretty rough around the edges like I am, and his teacher gets up, there are about 300 people in the room, and she says, I want to give Noah the award that I haven't given but twice in the last 5 years. Well, as a parent, I'm thinking they're going to kick my boy out of school. I said, he's been so bad, they're going to throw him out. But she says, I want to give Noah the award of integrity because he stands when it's hard to stand. If nothing else I teach my children is integrity, character, courage. Your word is your bond. You do what you say. You don't back up. That's what we're missing in this country. We're missing people that are real. Our government was set up to be representatives, to be servants of the people of the 8th District. I am going to serve you. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. But the people here, you are who I'm going to represent. I'm not going to move out of frog jumping. I'm going to stay where I live. I'm going to continue to sing gospel music. I will be home every weekend. You can do that. I have met congressmen that have been in office for 20 years, and they come home every weekend. And that's what I'm going to do. So as we move forward, we have got many challenges. The campaign is going really well. We poll very often now. We're ahead in the polls. After Congressman Tanner decided to get out, a couple of doctors jumped in. They seem like nice guys, but my opinion is if they weren't concerned about their country before Congressman Tanner got out, then they're not concerned now. This is just another step, another notch in their belt, another move in their career. Our country is past that, folks. We are at a serious time for the future of my children. My children don't have enough money. We're spending their future. If we don't get this budget under control, get people back to work and our economy moving, then we're in serious trouble. I love Ronald Reagan. I thought he did a great job by cutting taxes, by cutting tax rates, by easing depreciation rules, easing regulation. We need to get the private sector. We need to get the free market back working like our founders started it many years ago. And we can get things on the right track. I've got 5 C's I kind of go by. I'm a common sense guy. The first one, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian and I'm not ashamed of it. And we need to put God back in the center of this country instead of taking Him out. 2, we need common sense. We need guys in office that know what it's like to balance a checkbook. Know what it's like to make payroll. Know what it's like at the end of the year if you crop short, you come up, you can't pay but the interest on your loans to go to the bank and work it out. 3, we need true conservatives in office. We need people that are going to walk the walk and talk the talk. Not rhetoric, but somebody that's real. 4, the Constitution. We've got to get back to what it means. It's a real document.